Hey there, sports fans and financial fanatics. Get ready to tackle a topic that's been spiking more interest than a game-winning touchdown pass: sports trading. It's everywhere you look, from your social media feeds to those flashy online ads promising unimaginable riches. But what is this all about, you ask? Well, picture this. The thrill of the game meets the adrenaline rush of the stock market. You're not just a spectator anymore, cheering from the sidelines. You're in the game, making strategic moves, buying and selling contracts based on player performance, team rankings, and all those unpredictable twists and turns that keep us glued to our screens. It's no secret that sports trading has exploded in popularity, especially here in the US of A. But with all this buzz, we have to ask ourselves, is this just another fad? Or is it here to stay, forever changing the way we engage with the games we love? Remember those fantasy football leagues we used to obsess over with friends and coworkers? Sports trading takes that competitive spirit to a whole new level. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry where everyday folks can potentially turn their sports knowledge into serious cash. Of course, it's not all just fun and games. Just like in traditional financial markets, there are risks involved, strategies to master, and a whole lot of learning required. But hey, that's part of the excitement, right? But here's the thing, sports trading isn't just about individual traders trying to strike it rich. It's starting to reshape the entire landscape of professional sports. Teams are cashing in on new revenue streams, sponsorships are getting a digital makeover, and the lines between fan engagement and financial investment are blurring like never before. Now, we've all heard the stories, right? The everyday Joe who turned a few $100 into a life-changing sum by betting on a long-shot underdog. The savvy investor who's raking in profits by analyzing player stats and predicting game outcomes with uncanny accuracy. It's these tantalizing tales of financial success that have drawn so many people to the world of sports trading. And let's be real, who wouldn't want a piece of that action? But before we all go all in, it's crucial to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Because let's face it, where there's potential for big wins, there's always the looming shadow of risk. And in the fast-paced, often volatile world of sports trading, those risks can feel as unpredictable as a last-second Hail Mary pass. Buckle up, we're diving in. So, is sports trading in the United States a blessing or a curse? That, my friends, is the million-dollar question, or maybe even a billion-dollar question, considering the sheer scale of this burgeoning industry. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down this complex issue, exploring the thrilling highs and the potential pitfalls of this rapidly evolving world. We'll hear from financial experts, seasoned traders, and even those who believe that mixing money with our beloved games is a recipe for disaster. Get ready for a wild ride as we tackle the burning question. Is sports trading the future of fandom or a dangerous gamble that could leave some fans out in the cold? So, what exactly is sports trading? All right, folks, let's break it down. Sports trading, what is it exactly? Imagine a stock market, but instead of companies, you're dealing with athletes and teams. Think of it like fantasy sports on steroids, with real money on the line. You're essentially buying and selling contracts, the value of which fluctuates based on real-time performance. A player scores a hat trick? Boom, their value shoots up. A team chokes in the playoffs? Ouch, their value plummets faster than a botched field goal attempt. Now, unlike traditional sports betting where you put your money down and hope for the best, sports trading allows you to buy, sell, and trade throughout the game, or even the entire season. It's all about strategy, analysis, and a little bit of gut instinct. But here's the kicker. You're not just betting on wins and losses. You're trading on individual player stats, team performance, and even things like the outcome of specific plays. It's a whole new level of engagement, folks. Now, you might be wondering, what's driving this surge in popularity? Well, for starters, it taps into our innate love for competition. It's not just about watching the game anymore. It's about outsmarting the market and proving your sports knowledge. But it's more than just bragging rights at the bar. Sports trading offers the potential for real financial gain. We're talking about turning your passion for the game into a side hustle, or even a full-time gig if you've got the skills and the stomach for it. And let's face it, in this day and age, who couldn't use an extra stream of income? With the cost of everything skyrocketing, sports trading offers a glimmer of hope for those looking to supplement their income. Remember when cryptocurrency was all the rage? Well, move over Bitcoin, because sports trading is the new kid on the block, and it's shaking things up in a big way. 2024 has become the year sports trading truly went mainstream. We're talking about a perfect storm of factors converging to create this cultural and economic phenomenon. First off, the legalization of sports betting in many states has chipped away at the stigma surrounding wagering on sports. Then there's the explosion of mobile technology. With sophisticated trading apps at our fingertips, we can now buy, sell, and track our sports investments from anywhere, at any time. It's never been easier to get in on the action. And let's not forget the power of social media. Influencers, celebrities, and even your next-door neighbor are all buzzing about their latest sports trades, creating a sense of FOMO that's hard to resist. Section 4. Leveling the playing field. Digital platforms and the rise of the everyday trader. Now, here's where things get really interesting. In the past, sports trading was a bit of a closed club, dominated by Wall Street hotshots and professional gamblers with deep pockets. But not anymore. The emergence of user-friendly digital platforms has democratized sports trading, making it accessible to anyone with a smartphone and an internet connection. We're talking about platforms with intuitive interfaces, real-time data analysis tools, and even educational resources for newbies. These platforms have leveled the playing field, allowing everyday sports fans to compete alongside seasoned traders. It's like having a financial advisor in your pocket, guiding you through the intricacies of the market. And the best part? These platforms are constantly innovating, incorporating cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning to provide traders with even deeper insights and a competitive edge. Talk about a game changer. Section 5. From Wall Street to Main Street, a new kind of investment opportunity. So, what does all of this mean for the average American? Well, it means that sports trading is no longer just a niche hobby for a select few. It's evolving into a legitimate investment opportunity, attracting attention from both seasoned investors and those looking to dip their toes into the world of finance. We're seeing a shift in mindset. Sports trading is no longer viewed as gambling in the traditional sense. Instead, it's being embraced as a skill-based activity that requires knowledge, strategy, and a deep understanding of both sports and financial markets. This newfound legitimacy is attracting a wave of new investors, from college students looking to grow their savings to retirees seeking to diversify their portfolios. And let's be real, the potential returns are hard to ignore. But as with any investment, it's crucial to proceed with caution. The sports trading landscape is still relatively new, and with high rewards come inherent risks. But that, my friends, is a story for another segment. Stay tuned. Section 1. The green of the gridiron. Financial opportunities abound. All right, folks, let's talk money. Because let's be honest, that's what often piques our interest, right? And in the world of sports trading, the financial opportunities are as abundant as empty seats at a Cleveland Browns game after halftime when they're losing. We're not just talking about spare change here. Savvy traders are turning their sports knowledge into serious cash, raking in profits that would make even the highest-paid athletes jealous. Now, I'm not saying you'll be booking a one-way ticket to your own private island anytime soon, but with the right strategy, a little bit of luck, and nerves of steel, the potential for financial gain is undeniable. Section 2. Leveling up. How sports trading can boost your bottom line. Now, for those of you out there struggling to make ends meet, juggling multiple jobs, or just tired of those ramen noodle dinners, sports trading might just be the side hustle you've been waiting for. Think about it. You're already glued to the game anyway, analyzing every play, debating stats with your buddies. Why not put that passion to work and potentially pad your bank account in the process? Now, I'm not suggesting you quit your day job just yet. Unless, of course, you're one of those trading prodigies who can turn $100 into a down payment on a house in a matter of weeks. But even if you're just looking to earn a little extra cash to cover those monthly bills, a weekend getaway, or that new pair of sneakers you've had your eye on, sports trading offers a flexible and potentially lucrative way to level up your finances. Section 3. Beyond the individual. A slam dunk for teams and leagues? Now, it's not just individual traders who are cashing in on this sports trading frenzy. Professional sports teams and leagues are also starting to see green. And no, I'm not talking about the Green Bay Packers. Think about it. Increased fan engagement means more eyeballs glued to screens, which translates to higher advertising revenue. And let's not forget about the potential for teams to launch their own trading platforms, creating a whole new revenue stream. Some argue that sports trading could even breathe new life into struggling franchises, attracting a new generation of fans who are as invested in the financial side of the game as they are in the on-field action. But of course, not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that this financialization of sports could alienate die-hard fans, who fear that their beloved games are being turned into nothing more than commodities. Section 4. A rising tide lifts all boats. Economic ripples and job creation. Now, beyond the world of sports, some economists believe that this surge in sports trading could have positive ripple effects on the broader economy. And no, I'm not talking about the ripples in your beer after your team blows a lead in the fourth quarter. We're talking about job creation, folks. As the industry expands, it's creating a demand for software developers, data analysts, financial experts, marketing gurus, the list goes on. And let's not forget about the boost to local economies. Sports bars are buzzing with traders, restaurants are seeing an uptick in takeout orders during games, and even those guys selling foam fingers outside the stadium are raking it in. Of course, it's still too early to say how significant these economic benefits will be in the long run. But hey, any industry that can create jobs, boost local businesses, and potentially put more money in our pockets is worth paying attention to, right? Section 5. 2024. A banner year for growth and investment. Now, 2024 hasn't just been a breakout year for sports trading in terms of popularity. It's also attracted a tidal wave of investment from some of the biggest players in the tech and finance industries. We're talking about major venture capital firms pouring millions, even billions of dollars into promising startups. Established financial institutions are launching their own sports trading platforms, eager to get a piece of the action. And it's not just about the money, folks. This influx of investment is bringing with it cutting-edge technology, sophisticated trading tools, and a level of legitimacy that was unheard of just a few years ago. This surge in investment is a clear indication that sports trading is not just a fad. It's here to stay, and it's poised to transform the way we engage with sports and finance for years to come. Section 6. From rags to riches. Real stories of sports trading success. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This all sounds great, but are there really people out there making serious money from sports trading? And the answer, my friends, is a resounding yes. We've got single moms who are now able to afford college tuition for their kids. We've got recent grads who are paying off student loan debt faster than they ever thought possible. We've even got a few lucky dogs who turned a small investment into life-changing sums, proving that with a little bit of skill, a lot of research, and maybe a four-leaf clover, anything is possible. But it's not just about striking it rich overnight. These stories are a testament to the power of dedication, strategic thinking, and a deep understanding of both sports and financial markets. These are people who put in the time, did their homework, and learned to navigate the ups and downs of the market. And their stories serve as a source of inspiration for anyone who dreams of turning their passion for sports into financial freedom. Section 1. The dark side of the coin. Risks and pitfalls. Oh wait. Alright folks, it's time to face the music. We've talked about the potential rewards of sports trading, the financial opportunities, the economic benefits. But like a star quarterback with a penchant for risky throws, there's a flip side to this game, and it's not pretty. We're talking about the risks, the pitfalls, the potential for financial ruin that lurks beneath the surface of this seemingly glamorous world. Because let's be real folks, where there's money to be made, there are always sharks circling, waiting to take a bite out of unsuspecting newcomers. Now, I'm not saying you should hang up your trading hat and head for the hills just yet, but before you go betting your life savings on a rookie quarterback with a cannon for an arm, it's crucial to understand the inherent risks involved. Section 2. Gambling or investing. Blurred lines and ethical concerns. Now, one of the biggest controversies surrounding sports trading is its classification. Is it gambling in disguise, dressed up in a suit and tie to look more respectable? Or is it a legitimate form of investment, akin to playing the stock market? The answer, my friends, is about as clear as a muddy football field after a torrential downpour. Some argue that the unpredictable nature of sports, the reliance on luck, and the potential for rapid gains and losses make it indistinguishable from traditional gambling. Others contend that sports trading requires skill, knowledge, and strategic thinking, just like any other form of investment. They argue that successful traders rely on data analysis, market trends, and a deep understanding of the game to make informed decisions. But here's the rub. This blurring of lines raises ethical concerns. Are we normalizing gambling, particularly among young people who are bombarded with sports trading ads on social media? Section 3. When passion turns to obsession, the addictive potential of sports trading. And speaking of addiction, that's another dark side of sports trading that we can't ignore. Because let's face it, folks, the thrill of the win, the rush of adrenaline, the allure of easy money, these are powerful forces that can easily spiral out of control. For some, sports trading can become all-consuming, a 24/7 obsession that takes precedence over work, relationships, and even basic self-care. The lines between healthy competition and destructive behavior become blurred, leading down a dangerous path. We've heard stories of people emptying their bank accounts, maxing out credit cards, even resorting to desperate measures to chase losses or fuel their addiction. It's a heartbreaking reality that underscores the importance of responsible trading and seeking help when needed. Section 4. A house divided. Sports trading's impact on fan culture. Now, beyond the individual risks, some argue that sports trading is having a corrosive effect on the very fabric of fan culture. They fear that the love of the game, the camaraderie, the shared experience of cheering for your team, it's all being tainted by the pursuit of profit. Imagine sitting in a stadium surrounded by fellow fans, but instead of basking in the collective joy of a win, you're secretly hoping your team loses because you've bet against them. It's a strange and unsettling dynamic that some fear is becoming the norm. And let's not forget about the potential for insider trading and match fixing. As the lines between sports and finance continue to blur, the temptation for unscrupulous individuals to exploit the system for personal gain becomes ever more enticing. Section 5. Regulation roulette. Navigating the legal gray areas. Now, with an industry as new and rapidly evolving as sports trading, it's no surprise that regulations are struggling to keep up. It's like trying to hit a fastball thrown by a prime Nolan Ryan with a broken bat, nearly impossible. We've got a patchwork of state laws, some more stringent than others, creating a confusing and often contradictory landscape. This lack of clear guidelines leaves the door open for unscrupulous operators and puts consumers at risk. Some argue that stricter regulations are needed to protect consumers, prevent fraud, and ensure a level playing field. Others fear that overregulation will stifle innovation and drive the industry underground, making it even more difficult to monitor and control. Section 6. Cautionary Tales. Stories from the trenches of sports trading losses. Now, for those of you still tempted by the siren song of easy riches, let's take a moment to hear from those who've been burned by the sports trading flame. Because for every rags to riches story, there are countless tales of financial ruin, shattered dreams, and lives turned upside down. We've got the college student who lost their entire tuition fund betting on a long-shot underdog, the single parent who drained their savings account chasing losses, desperate to recoup their losses. These stories serve as a stark reminder that sports trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a high-risk, high-reward endeavor that requires careful planning, disciplined execution, and a healthy dose of caution. Section 1. Experts at the halftime show. Weighing in on the game changer. All right, folks, we've explored the thrilling highs and the potential pitfalls of the sports trading world. But before we make the final call on whether it's a blessing or a curse, let's bring in the experts to weigh in on this game-changing phenomenon. We've assembled a lineup of economists, seasoned traders, industry insiders, and even a few skeptical voices who believe this whole sports trading craze is nothing more than a fumble waiting to happen. So, buckle up, grab your thinking caps, and get ready for a rapid-fire round of expert opinions that will leave you pondering the complexities of this burgeoning industry. Because, let's face it, when it comes to sports trading, there are no easy answers, only passionate perspectives. Section 2. The Economist's Huddle. Analyzing the macro plays of sports trading. First up, let's gather around the whiteboard with the economists. These number-crunching gurus are here to break down the macroeconomic implications of sports trading, analyzing its impact on everything from job creation to consumer spending. On one hand, they point to the potential for sports trading to inject billions of dollars into the economy, creating new jobs, boosting local businesses, and even generating tax revenue for cash-strapped governments. Think of it as a Hail Mary pass for economic growth, folks. But hold your horses, because these economists aren't afraid to throw a penalty flag on the play. They caution that the industry's volatility could lead to market bubbles, risky investment behavior, and even financial instability if left unchecked. Section 3. Traders in the Trenches. Tales from the front lines of financial fandom. Now let's shift our focus to the traders themselves, the folks who are living and breathing sports trading every single day. These are the ones who've experienced the exhilarating highs of a winning streak and the crushing lows of a bad beat. Some seasoned traders, battle-hardened by years of experience, argue that sports trading is a skill-based endeavor, rewarding those who approach it with discipline, strategy, and a deep understanding of both sports and financial markets. They'll tell you it's not about chasing quick riches, but rather about making calculated decisions, managing risk, and playing the long game. Think of it as a marathon, not a sprint, folks, with the potential for long-term financial rewards for those who can go the distance. Section 4. Industry Insiders. Take the field, a mixed bag of perspectives. Next up, let's hear from the folks who are shaping the sports trading landscape from within. The CEOs, the platform developers, the venture capitalists pouring millions into this rapidly evolving industry. Some of these insiders are practically doing cartwheels with excitement, touting the transformative potential of sports trading to revolutionize fan engagement, create new revenue streams, and usher in a new era of sports consumption. They'll dazzle you with projections of exponential growth, partnerships with major sports leagues, and the integration of cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence and blockchain. They're betting big on the future of sports trading, and their enthusiasm is contagious. But amidst all the hype and excitement, a few voices of caution emerge from the industry ranks. These insiders, perhaps a bit more seasoned and skeptical, warn against the potential pitfalls of unbridled growth and the ethical dilemmas posed by this unique intersection of sports and finance. They emphasize the importance of responsible trading, the need for greater transparency and consumer protection, and the dangers of allowing profit motives to overshadow the love of the game. For them, it's about finding a balance, ensuring that sports trading enhances, rather than detracts from, the overall fan experience. The future of the game. Predictions and possibilities in the sports trading arena. So, where do we go from here? What does the future hold for this rapidly evolving industry that's captivating the hearts and wallets of millions? Well, if there's one thing our experts agree on, it's that the sports trading landscape is far from settled. Some envision a future where sports trading becomes as ubiquitous as fantasy sports, with dedicated platforms for every sport imaginable, seamlessly integrated into our viewing experiences. Imagine checking your sports trading portfolio during commercial breaks or placing live bets on individual plays from your smartphone. The possibilities are seemingly endless. Others predict a future where regulation catches up with innovation, creating a safer and more transparent market for both casual traders and seasoned investors. This could involve stricter licensing requirements for platforms, measures to prevent fraud and money laundering, and educational initiatives to promote responsible trading practices. The 2-minute warning recap and reflection. All right, folks, we're in the final minutes of this sports trading showdown, and the score is about as clear as a referee's explanation after a controversial pass interference call. We've seen some amazing plays, some boneheaded blunders, and enough passionate opinions to fill a stadium. We've explored the explosive growth of this industry, the potential for financial gain, the economic ripple effects, and the undeniable excitement it's injected into the world of sports. But we've also tackled the dark side of this game. The risks, the addictive potential, the ethical concerns, and the impact on fan culture. So, as we head into the final seconds, let's take a moment to catch our breath, huddle up, and reflect on what we've learned. Because whether you're a seasoned sports trader, a curious newcomer, or just a die-hard fan trying to make sense of this rapidly evolving landscape, one thing's for sure: sports trading is here to stay, and it's time we all understand the rules of the game. The balancing act, navigating the tightrope between blessing and curse. So, is sports trading a blessing or a curse? The truth lies somewhere in the messy middle. It's like calling a coin toss: perspective, risk tolerance, and luck. For some, it's a path to financial freedom, turning passion into profit. But for others, it's a slippery slope to addiction and ruin. Sports trading is a powerful tool, for good or evil, depending on the hands that wield it. Game on: the future of sports trading in America. As we look ahead, one thing is certain: the sports trading industry is far from reaching its final buzzer. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving landscape, fueled by technological advancements, shifting cultural norms, and the insatiable human appetite for competition and financial gain. Will stricter regulations emerge, creating a safer and more transparent market for all participants? Will technology continue to democratize access, empowering even the most casual fan to become a trader? And perhaps most importantly, will we as a society be able to find the right balance, harnessing the potential of sports trading while mitigating its risks? Only time will tell what the future holds for sports trading in America. But one thing is certain: the game is on, and it's up to all of us, traders, fans, regulators, and industry leaders alike, to ensure that it's played fairly, responsibly, and with a deep respect for the integrity of the sports we hold dear.